It was new car day yesterday, and I don't feel that very well actually at the moment. I feel a bit under the weather. Yeah, and something going on with my beloved dog, which we're a bit worried about. So I might be in a bit more of a somber mood in this vlog, but I wanted to film it anyway because I'm really enjoying sharing with you what's going on in my world, and you seem to be enjoying it. So yeah, but I won't go too much into the dog side of things, but if you've got a dog, you know what it's like. And Eddie is, wow, he's 14 this month. And yeah, there's just a couple of things we're getting checked out with the vets. So if I'm a little bit more somber than normal, that's why. But that aside, we've got our new BMW X1. Here we go, straight away, got it wrong. iX1. And it's lovely. Alexa, turn on the studio. Alexa, turn on the studio.
Okay.
For the car people among you, and I know there's a few petrol heads that watch this vlog, if you're interested in which one we went for, I say I chose it because Jen, she does care, but she's not that fussed about cars. We went for the iX1 xDrive 30M, which is like the M pack, you know, the M. It's not an M car, obviously, but it's got the M styling on it, and it's got the faster, not the faster engine, it's got the faster motor, whatever you call it. Obviously four-wheel drive and all that sort of stuff. It's a lovely thing. It's really nice. Leased through the business, if you're interested. There are lots of benefits for doing that in the UK at the moment. I know that might change at some point, but the tax benefits are pretty good. And obviously, you're doing your bit for the planet, aren't you? I've still got an M2. I know, but I'm kind of counteracting that with this iX1. That's what I'm telling myself. So yeah, it's done about 40 miles, this car. So we literally just got it yesterday, and it's a lovely thing. So that's good. Weirdly, my voice is really going today. This could be a really interesting vlog, and I do need to do some filming as well. Weirdly, it's a bit of a car affair today. I am going somewhere later, which I'm fairly sure I can film, and I think we can have it in this vlog. I'll film it anyway, and if we can't, we'll take it out. But I hope we can, because the thing that I'm going to see, again, it's car related. Start guessing now in the comments, actually. It's something which has been brought over to the UK on tour. Some of you car people will have got this already, I think. Yeah, they brought it over here because you can't buy it in this country. There's the first clue. I'm not convinced, even if you could buy it in this country, it would be road legal. There's the second clue. And third clue is that, well, there's a theme here. It's electric. It's an electric thing. They're touring it around the country, and I'm going to this kind of behind-the-scenes press-only thing before they start doing this tour. It's down near London somewhere. I'm going to take the iX1, so I'm going to give it its first proper run. But that's this evening, so I'll take you on that journey. This morning, I've come in really early. It's half three. It's 6:30 in the morning, and I need to redo the thumbnail for yesterday's video because I didn't have a chance to do it properly yesterday. I basically rushed out a thumbnail because I had to do everything from home yesterday because I was waiting for that car. So I do need to do the thumbnail because it's not the best in the world that I've done. Yeah, do that, and then pick up something that I need to take back home. This is all very boring. Then go back home, and then come back to the studio in a bit before I go down to somewhere. Oh, and go to the gym, obviously. Part of the reason I'm taking it to the gym fairly soon, apart from the fact I want to go to the gym, is because we don't have the charger yet at home. So thankfully it's come with 80% charge. So that's about 200 miles, which is quite nice. But we've got no way of charging it at home apart from off the AC, which isn't the best idea. So we're waiting for the installation, which should happen within the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, we need to kind of use chargers where we can. I suppose this is the getting used to EV life, although once we've got the charger, it'll be a lot easier because we just plug it in at home. But while we don't have that, I do need to borrow chargers from elsewhere. My voice, wow. I woke up yesterday morning with a sore throat and a very fuzzy head, and I felt rubbish all day. I don't have that sore throat this morning. That's gone, thankfully. But wow, my voice. I do need to do some filming, really. I don't have to, but I'd like to get the next Academy video done when I come back to the studio later. We'll see how that goes. I mean, it is early. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, was that boring? That probably was boring as well, wasn't it? On with some work, and we'll catch up in a minute. This is very good news. I'm just doing the route from here to where I'm going this evening, which I still won't tell you just yet. And, well, this might give it away, but it's around here somewhere. The good news is there's a Tim Hortons just here, pretty much next door to the place that I'm going to. So I love a Tim Hortons. It's a bit of a novelty over here because in the UK we've got Tim Hortons. They came over about 3 years ago, I think, and but they've put them in really weird places. I say really weird, they're just annoying for me because they're not quite... For instance, there's not one in Warwickshire anywhere. There is one in Northampton, which is where I'm from, and incidentally, I'm going back to Northampton this weekend, so you'd think, well, that's nice, you can nip into Tim Hortons when you go back to your motherland. No, because it's on the other side of town, which is just out of the way based on coming from where I am to the... It's annoying. So to find a Tim Hortons that close to where I'm going is just amazing, which means I do need to, I think, adjust my journey time to fit in that Tim Hortons. It's going to happen. And my voice is getting worse. Lovely. I've just been reading the official invite for this thing tonight, and I can share stuff, which is great news. So you will see what I'm going to see later on. But there's an embargo, which there's no note of when the embargo is. So I guess it might be next week at some point. So we'll have to publish this vlog after the embargo because I really want to show you what I'm going to see tonight because I'm very excited about it. I think you might be as well. It's just a weird embargo, and the reasons for that will become clear later because this thing exists. It's there. It's out there already. But there's an embargo on sharing my experience with it tonight. So anyway, at least I can show you something later. That's really, really good news because I hate going, yeah, I'm going to this thing now and I can't talk about it. Sorry. It's really annoying. So I know someone said in the comments, a lovely person said recently, it's not annoying. Yeah, we like sharing your journey and just seeing what you're doing. For me, it does annoy me when I can't tell you things, particularly when they're such big things. In the last vlog, I think it was, or one before last, I went to London for a really exciting hands-on briefing with a brand new product, a long-awaited brand new product, and I couldn't say anything about it, and it really annoyed me. Anyway, but I can show you what's going to happen tonight, and that's very exciting. I'm fairly sure I've talked about this before, where if I do the thumbnail myself these days, I used to do all of the thumbnails, but they're now done mainly by someone else who can do them better. But when I do need to do them, I tend to use my big camera and do it the old-fashioned way. So chuck it into Lightroom and do some stuff to it. I say do some stuff to it, just do some very basic processing. But whenever I do this, I've taken photos for a long time. What does that mean? I've been a photographer rather for a long time, and I've always loved editing photos properly, using raw images. And this is the reason you have to use raw images, because look at the detail. I mean, again, you probably won't see it on this camera, but this is all it looks a little bit overexposed. It isn't overexposed, but if I hit the auto button just very quickly, it shows you how much detail is retained. So that's the raw image without any processing. That is it processed, and I mean Lightroom does a brilliant job. That auto button up here, use it. It just works. But you can just see the amount of detail that is still there that you can recover from that image. That is why I love raw photography. There we go. Anyway, I need to get this thumbnail done, do some writing, and then head back home. Okay, so I have done that thumbnail. I've written the first draft of today's Substack newsletter, and now I just need to go home. This car, we do need to sort out this stuff. So, like every modern car, you have to log into it. I mean, you can still drive it without being logged in, but there's certain things don't work, so you can't set up you can't do really, really weird things, like you can't save radio stations and stuff unless you sign in with an ID. So my girlfriend is kind of signed in, although she's now not signed in on her phone or something. Anyway, so I haven't worked that out yet, so I can't save myself my favourite radio stations, which is annoying, which at the minute, if you're interested, is Virgin Radio. Although I did get into Smooth Radio. In fact, I might put that on now. Let's do a bit of Smooth Radio. I can't play it on here because copyright. Again, I can't do it unless I sign in. I can't even get to it. It's a lovely car, this, and I will always be a car nut, but they are making them more complicated. I'm not complaining. I'm not. I say that a lot, aren't I? Because this is just a very nice place to be. So, but yeah. Anyway, waffling on as always. Let's go home, spend some time with the little boy, and then come back to the studio. Deja vu. Back at the studio again. Anyway, done the stuff at home that I needed to do. Alexa, turn on the studio. First time, amazing. Yeah, that's all done. I'm going to do it. I'm going to film this Academy video, even though my voice it's on the edge. It's on the edge of not being worthy of filming. So this could be interesting, but we'll do it. It's all about sponsorships and affiliates this time, which is a topic that I do enjoy talking about, and I can waffle on about quite naturally, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to do that, and then possibly go to the gym and edit it from there, because I do need to charge that car. Well, I need to put some juice into it anyway. So this filming area is about to become the Academy area. You've seen all that stuff before, I won't bore you with that, but yeah. Academy filming, gym. While I'm changing these camera lenses over, I am going to have a moan about the weather. It's freezing. Absolutely freezing. I know it's not freezing like, Canada freezing. I do feel sorry for anyone who lives... I don't feel sorry for anyone who lives in Canada because it's lovely. But I get it. The weather over there is ridiculously cold. As it is in other places in the world. Us Brits get it quite easy, really, because, okay, we get what I call nothing weather, where there's just clouds in the sky and nothing else, basically. But we don't get really, really extreme weather. But I'm going to moan because it's May. It's the 3rd of May. And I'm fairly sure I should be able to wear t-shirt and shorts at this time of the year and not feel absolutely freezing outside. So that's how I've just felt a moment ago. Freezing cold. Horrible. Anyway, camera's done. Let's get this filming done. So I filmed that Academy episode, whatever, module, whatever I call it. It was good. I really enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed I can just talk about that stuff until the cows come home, basically. That wasn't the problem. The problem today was my voice. Certain sections where it started to crack a little bit. I think it's fine. I don't think there's an issue with that. But I needed to get this out because it's Friday today, and we have a long weekend in the UK, so we have a bank holiday, which I always forget about these bank holidays. My girlfriend has to remind me all the time, bless her. So, yeah, I need to get as much done today as I can. I didn't want to have to do this Academy video on Monday, which is the day off, even though I probably will work a little bit on Monday. Anyway, that's done. So, finished that. I'm now going to load all of that footage into the MacBook. And then, time check, it is 10:46, so what do I do? I think I'm going to do that edit here. Yeah, I'm going to do that edit here, have a coffee, and then I'm going to go to the gym so I can charge the car up, do a workout, have some lunch there, and then I've got a few calls and things this afternoon, and before I go to this very exciting event this evening, which I can't believe I'm going to. I can't believe what I'm going to see tonight. I'm so excited about it. Anyway, let's crack on with this, and then we'll catch up in a second. Okay, that's done. So the Creator Academy module for Monday next week has been finished, and I just need to export it now. It does take a long time. I mean, it's 12:30 now, so I'm not sure what time it was last time we spoke, but it was a little while ago. So they do take up quite a bit of time. I've only got 2 left to do, so it's not the end of the world really. But anyway, the plan now, as I mentioned a moment ago, is to pack up in here, head to the gym, plug the car in, weird, and do a workout, and then do some more work. So yeah, busy day, and I'm still very, very excited about this evening. All will be revealed, I promise. The good news is I don't need to take any camera gear this evening, because I've learnt my lesson after going to China, lugging around loads of gear that I didn't use. I've learnt my lesson. I'm not taking it. I will be filming some stuff, but I can do it with my phone. I don't need to do it with a big camera. Even though I'm driving, so I'm not really carting it around, I can't be bothered. Genuinely can't be bothered to pack it all up and take it out again. So I will live by my new rule of unless I absolutely have to, and know that I have to, this is my camera. Remember what I was saying about the weather? State of it. And it's not just wet, as you can see. It's genuinely cold. I should be able to wear shorts and a t-shirt on the 3rd of May and not be freezing. Right, let's figure this out. Charging station. I have used this one before, to be fair, but it was a little while ago. Now, in here, in theory, yep, charging cable, so I need to unwrap that and plug it in. Should probably get the app first, shouldn't I? Let's get that. So cold. Right, install the app. Schoolboy error, plug the right end in first. Okay, we're all plugged in. Because it's so cold, I've decided to come into the car to get this app working. So, EVC chargers, that's the one that we're using for this. This is going to be very boring. I'll just sign up and come back. I think we're charging. Yes, we are charging. No idea how much this is going to cost, but well, desperate times call for desperate measures. I can't believe the weather. I'm sorry for moaning. I genuinely, it's like it's February or November or something. Anyway, what does it tell me? How long? 100% at 3:22, which is about 2 hours away. That's fine. I'm here for this afternoon, so let's see how much that costs. Exciting. There she is, over there somewhere, fully charged in a mere 2 hours and 27 minutes. It's cost me £9, which to go from about 70% to 100% on what I guess is a very slow charger, and probably quite an expensive one as well, but still cheaper than petrol, which is good. Oh great, it's covered in stuff off that tree now as well, brilliant. Also, annoyingly, I'd love to know if you're like this. When I get something new, I hate it when something potentially bad happens to it. And when I opened the tailgate earlier, I did it on this one over here, and you can see all these low-hanging trees. The tailgate brushed against them basically, and now I'm worried that they've scratched it. Are you like that? I'm a little bit anal about new stuff, new expensive stuff like this. It's probably absolutely fine. But you know, you just think, oh, it's brand new car. Anyway, let's unplug this and get in the car. I also have a very wet cable now. There's a bit of faff involved with EVs, I won't lie. Okay, we have 100% charge. Nice. Still not logged into the vehicle, so I'm just driver. Nondescript driver. Anyway, it's time to go to Tim Hortons, and we'll pick up the vlog from there because I've completely forgot. In fact, I didn't forget. I didn't bring the... This is how anal I am with new stuff. I didn't bring the camera mount thing because I didn't want to stick it to the window and make the window all dirty. Please, someone, anyone who's watching this, tell me you're the same about new stuff. Please. Well, I'm in London. That was an absolute faff. Well, it wasn't a faff getting here. Getting here was an absolute breeze. Oh, I can check the car now. Has it been damaged by those trees? No. It's absolutely fine. Anyway, I found a rapid charging thing, so I can't do two things at once. This is all new. I need to connect the car, then come back to you. I think it's working. And also, this is a DC charger, so it's one of the really fast ones, in theory. Okay, yeah, so charging. The car's at 50%, so I used 50% of the battery getting down here, roughly. Find out exactly, actually. It's charging at 37 kilowatts. I don't think that's much. All this lingo is still completely new to me. Anyway, I need to leave the car charging. I've got about 45 minutes-ish until I need to get over to Tesla. Tesla? I've just told you what this is, haven't I? Brilliant. Well, by the time you see this, the embargo will have lifted. But Tesla is over there somewhere, so I've given you a massive clue now as to what this is all about. Keep guessing in the comments, please, guys. I also have no idea what charging etiquette is, so I've just left the car over there, obviously. But it's at like a petrol station. I know sometimes people... What's this guy doing? You run me over? It's been one of those drives in. As soon as I got to this kind of estate here, just full of idiots everywhere trying to drive into you and like then just run you over for no reason. Anyway, what I was saying is I don't really know what charging etiquette is. Do I just leave the car there, go and have a coffee and come back? Do you have to sit in your car? It's a whole new world. Anyway, good news. If you're wondering what I have from Tim Hortons, French vanilla, someone introduced me to this a little while ago, amazing, and Boston cream donut. Decided to make a swift exit from that Tim Hortons because all of London seems to be in it. Car's still here, obviously. Why would it not be? 71%, not bad. So these DC charging points are very handy because I was looking at the charge that I had left, and basically to here and back I'd have had about 13% remaining, which wouldn't have been great really, because we want to use the car this weekend, and because you can hear me, sorry, because we don't have the charger at home, we're having to rely on charging like this for now. So that would have been a bit of a mission. Anyway, if you haven't guessed, well, you've definitely guessed because I told you a minute ago, I'm going to Tesla in a minute and to see something very exciting. You know what it is. There you go, some guy just came over and said, "Excuse me mate," lovely bloke, no problems, he just said, "How long are you going to be here?" So clearly I think it helps if you are hanging around, because these chargers, this is a petrol station, or a gas station as you'd call it in the US, they're not meant for just leaving your car here and going shopping for 3 hours. The idea, I think, I'm starting to learn this, the idea is that you just juice up a little bit, get a bit of charge to keep you going and not running out of electricity on the road, and move on, and then allow someone else to come in. That's the etiquette. You know, I went for a coffee, very brief. I did this without even thinking, but I went for a coffee briefly, came back, and yes, someone's waiting to use this charging station, so I'm going to do the new EV thing. Because I'm now a member of the EV community, I'm going to do the right thing and move on in a minute. Mainly because I need to get over there to Tesla. But anyway, I would do that anyway, promise. Quite often on this vlog, I say that I've got a really weird job. I absolutely have got an incredibly strange job. It's Friday night, 6:30 p.m. and I'm in a car park at Tesla, just outside of London, and in that room in there's something under a cover which is being toured around the UK after today. So today is like a kind of press type thing where we are getting to see it before it goes on its little tour. Can you guess what it is yet? I can see it. I can see something under a wrap. I assume that's what it is, unless that's someone's car who's coming to. Someone might be coming to. You know when you buy a new car and they whip off the cover over it. Maybe it's that, but I don't think it is. I think this is what I think it is. There's some people over there wearing like chef's outfits with stuff, food and champagne and stuff like that. But yeah, we've managed to get into this little press event. How this came about actually is it interesting? I think it's interesting. You'll find it interesting. Most of the opportunities that I have in this business, and I say myself because I tend to go, although occasionally Niall might go and what have you, but the ones where I go abroad and do all that sort of stuff, they come from a couple of different sources. One of them is just complete, out of the blue, inbound things into the inbox, which is fantastic. The other one is recommendations, or another creator passing on my details to a brand and saying, look, this guy, you might want to talk to him, which is lovely. We all sort of help each other out with that. But there is a third way, actually, which is the way that this came about, which was via lots of hard work on Niall's behalf. So although Niall edits this video and edits all of most of the short form stuff, that's not his main job. His main job is managing the rest of this business in terms of the sponsors and the brand partnerships and all that sort of stuff. And he worked incredibly hard to get this little partnership is the wrong word, but this link up with Tesla, which has resulted in me being here tonight, and also us getting a new Model 3 to review and to do something with for a video, like I did with that Mini Countryman a week or so ago. At that as well, so that's going to happen. It's lots of hard work on his behalf. He's done incredibly well with this. Niall, I know you're watching this. I'm not just saying this because I know you're editing this, but well done. Anyway, other people are arriving now. Everyone's driving an EV, which is interesting, inevitable, I suppose. But yeah, I suppose I better go and see what's going on. I just don't want to be the first person in there because there's about 3 people in there. I don't want to be one of the first. Anyway.
Front or back? Right, we're going to do a 3, 2, 1. Go on then. So Eddie, go just grab it from Eddie. It's a big number, so it should be good. Right, shake his hand. Right, and at 3 we're going to cheer, right? 3, 2, 1, go.
It's absolutely massive. This won't come across on this video, but it's huge. haven't sat in it yet, that's my next task. It's what's really interesting, if you've been watching any of the Cybertruck reviews and stuff, they keep talking about how sharp these edges are here. They are really sharp, like chop your fingers off sharp. Frightening. This thing is nuts. Look at it. Anyway, this is why I came down to London to see the Cybertruck. So the plan for this now is for it to go on a tour around the UK. So they're taking it to places like Manchester and Solihull, which is the weirdest place for it to go. But I think it's mainly going to other Tesla dealerships. Overriding thoughts? Huge, very sharp edges. Just utterly nuts. There's no other way to talk about this really, apart from to say it's bonkers. Which it was always going to be, wasn't it? I'd love to see it on the road though, that's one thing I would absolutely love to see. Guys, I'm going to sign off this vlog now. Time check, it's now 8:20 on a Friday night. I'm a good 90 miles from home, which is quite a long way in the UK. So I need to get back to the family. Sorry, I can't stop looking at the Cybertruck in the screen. I'm not looking at the lens, apologies. But thank you as always if you've watched this vlog for this long. This feels like it was a long one. So if you've got this far, as always, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that bell. Give me a like if you've enjoyed this video. Tell your mates, all that good stuff. And, well, let's finish up with one last look at this Cybertruck. See you next time.